Welcome friends in my new video where we are going to learn the second chapter of class 11 basic accounting terms. Now as you know, whether you learn any language, जैसे suppose Hindi we learn Barakhari, in English we learn alphabets, like that only in accountancy also. If you don't know the basic accounting terms, it will be very difficult for you to understand what is accounting and how to do accounting. Let us start with the accounting terms. First, business transactions. Business transaction is an economic activity which is related to the business for earning the profit. Economic activity means for earning the profit, and which is for business, leads to changes in the monetary balances of assets, liabilities and capital. These are also accounting terms, but we are going to discuss it afterwards. It changes the balances of assets, liabilities and capital. Business transactions are of two types, that is internal transaction and external transaction. As you know, in business itself we do many transactions like transferring raw material to from one department to another department and so on. And external transactions will be the business dealing with another business or government or any other person or banks, etc. Those kind of transactions will be taken here. The second one is event. It is the result of transaction. That means what we have done here, it is the result of those transactions. For example, profit or loss. Next one is account. This is an important term on which accountancy is done all about. It is the place where we record all the transactions of a particular person. Suppose Ram. Ram is the person. We are going to record all the transactions date wise in the ledger account. This is a ledger account. So it is a place where all the transactions of a particular person is recorded. Separate accounts are prepared for every individual, firm or company separately. That means Ram's account will be separate, Shyam's account will be separate, PNB account will be separate, Tata Limited account will be separate. All will have a separate account. All transactions related to a particular person will be recorded in that ledger account. Is it very clear? Now we move. The next term is capital. Capital, it is the amount invested by the owner into the business. Amount, it may be cash, goods or asset. Total amount that will be invested into the business. It is an internal liability for the business because at the winding up of the business has to pay the amount to its owner, and therefore it is a liability to the business. The formula for calculating capital is total asset minus external liability. That means how much asset the business is having, out of that the amount will be paid first to the outsiders. What remains is the amount related to the owner. Now it is also known as owner's fund, owner's equity, net worth or net asset. Equity, generally equity termed as the owner into the in the company, and therefore owner's equity is also the capital of the business. Now next one is drawings. It is the amount, goods or any asset withdrawn by the owner for its personal use or household use. It is deducted from the capital because it reduces the capital of the business. Clearly, it should be remembered that it is for personal use only. That means for household use. Any amount or goods or asset withdrawn by the proprietor will be termed as drawings. Means the next two means liabilities. it is the amount which a businessman has to pay to its outsiders. They are debts to be paid to the creditors. Creditors also means outsiders, those who invest into the business. Now, the types of liabilities are first internal liability. Internal liability, generally we can say it is capital plus reserves. Reserves also we are going to learn about. So, net worth is the amount which the business has to pay to its owner. Internal liability is payable to its owner and it is fully payable at the end of the business, that is, at the winding up of the business. Now, second one is external liabilities. External liability is the amount which is payable to the outsider itself. That is, like banks, creditors, debenture holders, public, etc. So these are the external liabilities. We are going to deal with so many liabilities and we are going to learn it in further studies. There are more types. Next type is non-current liability. In this, the amount which is payable after one or more year. That means after 1 year. Any amount which is payable after 1 year is known as non-current liability to outsiders. Okay, the liabilities, for example, long-term borrowings in which we have debentures and bank loan. It should be noted that the amount which is payable after 1 or more year is known as non-current. Current means which is at presently payable. So it is known. Non-current means after 1 year. Current liability means just we have to pay within the year. The amount which is payable within a year to the outsider is known as current liability. For example, creditors, bills payable, bank overdraft, etc. Next one is contingent liability. It is the liability which depends on the occurrence of an event. Means an event happens, it may be in our favor or in the favor of another party. If we have to pay that liability, then it will be our liability. It is not certain. It is just not certain. It will depend upon a event like court case. Suppose we are fighting a court case and we won the case. In such a case, it will not be a liability. But if the case goes against us, then we have to pay that liability. Therefore, it is a contingent liability. And as we have to show all the accounting information clearly, we have to show it as a footnote below the balance sheet to become our documents will be fair and true in nature. System is asset. It is the property of the business which is purchased for the use in the business, long use, which has some monetary value. It provides benefit to the business in long as well as short run. Types of assets, non-current asset first. Again, it is non-current. Non-current means which is for long run. These are the assets which are purchased for long run to carry on the production work and to maintain the profitability of the business. Like we use the machine not for one time, we use it for again and again to produce the products. And like furniture of the school, we have seen school is using the furniture for regular basis, and thus it is non-current asset for any business. It is not for selling purpose. We don't sell the assets. That doesn't mean when it is spoiled or it is scrapped, then it is going to be sold. But when it is in use, it is not going to be sold because it maintains our profitability. Now, types of non-current asset: tangible asset, intangible asset. Of non-current asset, first tangible asset. Those assets which has physical existence, means which can see, touch, and we can have some value of it, like furniture, machinery, building, so many things, land, etc. Intangible assets are those things which are having no physical existence, which cannot be seen or touched, but they are assets like goodwill, copyright, technological upgradation, or you can say computer software, etc. Now, how they are useful and how they are asset. Now, as you know, goodwill means the reputation of the person, and we generally buy goods from a reputed seller, and thus it helps a person to gain the market or to sell the product. Thus, it is a intangible asset for the business. Both are having valuable existence. Next one is current asset. Current assets are those assets which can be sold into the market and which can be converted into the cash within a year. For example, stock of any product. Like suppose we are selling saris, sari is our stock and that will be converted into cash. Nobody wants that the product will remain as it is. Now he will try to sell and have rotation, have turnover of it. Debtors means the customers of the firm or business, except third type of asset is fictitious or nominal asset. These are the assets which cannot be converted into cash. Actually, these are not assets. These are not assets, but these are long-term or large expenditures which cannot be entirely written off. Written off means which can be divided from profit and loss in a year from a profit and loss account. It is a gradually transferred to profit and loss account in number of years. That means an equal amount has been transferred to profit and loss account to write off from the profit and loss, like advertisement expenses, discount on issue of shares. Last one is vesting assets. These are those assets which ends with its use, like mines, oil wells, etc. Now, when we remove any material, that is not going to occur once again. That's why these are vesting assets. We will continue the next basic terms in my next video. Please see to it that you see all the videos and learn the basics of accounting carefully. Thank you.